We'll do a review on Likutei Sichos in Chelek of Gimel, volume 23. This is the third Sicha for Chag Shavuos for Shavuos. In this Sicha, the Rebbe discusses a general idea about the occasional times we say in Chazal that Nishtanu Hativim, that the nature has changed. So while we find in the Gemara different medicines or different things that are damaging to people, but yet today they don't apply. We say the nature has changed. The same thing is the Rambam in Hilchos Deis. The Rambam also brings down in various places about certain things that would be healthy for a person to eat and not to eat, etc. And why doesn't it apply today? Because the nature has changed. How does that fit with the fact that the Torah is eternal? How could we say on Torah, even though over here we're saying it about that the nature has changed, but the Torah needs to be eternal, as the Rebbe will elaborate and articulate the various different places, the various different ideas. So we'll go step by step. We'll start with Chag Shavuos Gimel, Ois Aleph. Says Yedua, it's known as Matan Torah. What happened in Matan Torah? Matan Torah, we got all the mitzvahs and we got them for eternity. Now, Matan Torah is not the only thing that we learned in Torah. We had Torah beforehand, but the Torah as eternal, without changes, only started in Matan Torah. Although before the Torah was given, they were studying Torah. As it's very clearly stated, we talk about Beis Medrashe Shel Shem or Beis Medrashe Shel Ever, the study house of Shem, the study house of Ever and Bereshis Rabbah. So there were study houses there, people were learning Torah. And even it goes as far back, from Odom Barisha, even going back to the first man is when it's Gevorim become mitzvahs. So many mitzvahs, they have been commanded already way back by Odom Barisha. Unochmer, and even more than that, we say, always kimos kol haTorah kula ad sheloi nitno. The forefathers of Rabbi Chaim Wolosow, they observed all of the Torah before it was given. So there were mitzvahs, there was study of Torah, there was the ideas of Matan Torah was there before. But what transpired unique? Well, what happened at Matan Torah? Nischadish, what was the novelty as Eden Zayin and Damot Nitztave geworden, that the Jews have been commanded then of alle Taryag mitzvahs, on all of the 600 mitzvahs, und sie ist gegeben, angesagt geworden, kol ha-Torah kulo. And the entire Torah was given and instructed, all the mitzvahs, to kol echad echad mi-Yisrael, to each and every one of the Yidden. So, all mitzvahs, to all Yidden, that's by Matan Torah. Till then, it wasn't all mitzvahs and it wasn't to all Yidden. And in addition, what happened by Matan Torah, as Torah mitzvahs and gegeben von Anochi Hashem Elokecha. The Torah was given is from Anochi Hashem Elokecha. It was Anochi that gave the Torah. What means Anochi special? In an Ofen with the Gemara Zok, this is in such a way as the Gemara states, from Anochi. What is Anochi? Was Anochi is Rosh Tevis. Anochi Hashem Elokecha is abbreviation of Ano Nafshi Ksavis Yehovis. I, my soul, myself, have written and given over in the Torah. The Eibishter hat sich eingeschrieben in Torah. Hashem has written himself, he put himself into the Torah and gave himself in the Torah. That was by Matan Torah. They didn't have that before. So what does it come as a result? That means that Torah is eternal because Hashem himself put himself into the Torah. And as we will see, not just in the written Torah, but also in the oral Torah, which includes all of the words of the Chachamim, of the Gemara, and what the Rambam writes. So Bibal, the As Torah, is Nafshay, since Torah becomes the soul, Nafshay, they which they gave the soul, Melashena Chasidus. To use the Hasidic terminology, it's Rotzin Atzmi, the essence, the will of the essence, Hashem's essence will. From Hashem is move on, so therefore it's understood was is an Iker B'Emunasenu, something which is a main principle in our religion, in our system of beliefs, as Torah Hazu Loi Tiya Muchalafis, that this Torah cannot be exchanged, that it is there permanently, always. Rambam, to use the language of the Rambam, Dover Boru Mefurish B'Torah. This is something which is clear. This item is very clear, and it's also articulated in the Torah. Shehi mitzvah, a medas la'ad, it's a mitzvah that stands forever. The mitzvah, ula me'elam, and forever, ever. Ein lo shinoi, there is no change. V'loi giroi, and there's nothing to take away from the mitzvah later surface and not to add to the Torah. Or another language of the Rambam, HaTorah hazois ein chukeho mishpateho mishtanim la'olam v'lo me'elam. The Torah, its laws, its statutes do never change for eternal term. The tzivuyim, so this is the difference between the commands as they were before Matan Torah and the commands of what happened at Matan Torah. The tzivuyim, is from far Matan Torah, the instructions and the lessons that were from before the Torah was given, is in Zeh given Haisofis Ikari is Mutchulu. There were main additions that came about to those mitzvahs, the way they were instructed. This is given by Noach, the Gabe Odom, the way it was by Noach relative to Odom, there was addition. And Avram the Gabe Noach, and also from Avram relative to Noach, there was big changes over there that the mitzvahs quoting from the Rambam. Some mitzvahs were given to Odom, and then additional to Noach, and then additional to Avram. So there is always been a change. There's never been just the same. And the Rebbe says, and the difference is, the Rebbe says, or explains that possibly over there the mitzvahs were mainly for the people. As the people changed, also the mitzvah changed. As opposed to after Matan Torah, it becomes given from Hashem. It's not measured, it's not for the people, but it's an expression of Hashem. We can say, possibly, as Bazei, by before Matan Torah, by Odom, Noach, the Ovis, is Iker in Yonam given to leave the Torah v'telas Odom. The main aspect of Torah was for the benefit, for the good and the benefit of the person of B'meila, and therefore, when there were changes, there were elevations in them, Odom and the person. So there were also changes in these commands from Eberstein, from Hashem, so to speak, to the person. It changed because it was the person's benefit and goodness. So therefore, according to the level of the person, the commands changed. As opposed to Matan Torah was done, or that that's when the Eberstein gave himself in Torah. Is move on. It's understood as the mitzvahs as Torah. So these mitzvahs of the Torah is an nit nor a mittel to Kabbalah Schar. They're not just a means. They're not just a means to get reward. So if we do the mitzvah, we get reward. Or the tzarim b'emer sabriyas. Or we do the mitzvah, we purify and we refine the people, as the Medrash says that the mitzvahs were given to refine the people. So the mitzvahs are not just there to benefit the person, to give him schar or to refine him. Or for them to reach the greatness, the advantage of to be chosen special, the Goy Kodesh, a holy nation, a nation of priests and a holy nation. So it's not for that purpose alone. Was damot is shaykh zu sagen, because then it applies to say, in the Mekayma mitzvahs, when there is a change in those who observe the mitzvahs, the mitzvahs atzma, then becomes a change in the mitzvahs himself, because they're there for a purpose, and if the purpose is doesn't meet it at that level, so there's a change in the mitzvah. So that's not the purpose of the mitzvah alone. Mainly the mekuva metachlis, the intent and the goal. They are the soul of Hashem. And therefore, this is nitshayich in shinui in the nafshi chad v'shalom, just as there cannot be a change in the soul, God forbid. Also is nitshayich in shinui in Torah mitzvahs. You can also not have a change in Torah mitzvahs. As explained elsewhere at length. So therefore, we know that Matan Torah, we got to the point where there is no change, where there is no difference. It's always the same. It's a continuous, non-stop. It is the idea of eternity. And the Rebbe is going to bring out the questions. What about cases in which we say that there is a change in nature? It seems like there is a break in the eternity in the mitzvahs.